So I'm just waiting for the Instagram to pop up. Hey, we got some viewers joining on Instagram already. Let me pull this up. I think we're good to go. I always look so weird on YouTube first because I'm like still thinking. Welcome to the show, everybody. Another episode of Talking About It Live. Thank y'all for joining, listening. I've been getting a lot of feedback on the lives, which is why I've tried to come on every Thursday and bring you something a little different than my filmed episodes. I am Ashlee, if you are new to the show. So today we have a wonderful guest. I'm excited to have this conversation. Joining me is Nick from NOOB Wrestling. He is a husband, father, veteran, content creator, and someone whose journey from being adopted from Russia to building a wrestling community is pretty incredible. So I'm excited to talk about it. Of course, tonight we're going to be talking about wrestling. We're going to talk about perseverance, take your questions, and let's see if anybody rose to the challenge and asked some questions to test my wrestling knowledge. It's been a while, so we'll see. But welcome to the show, Nick. How are you?
So doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming on. We got comments from YouTube. JJ Busey. Oh, he was on the stream with the nation. He says, "My man Nick, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Thank you for tuning in." JJ, is it Busey? Yeah. If you have questions throughout the show, make sure you drop them in the comments. We'll be able to see them and answer. We got the real Chris Clover over on Instagram. We love the NOOB. We love the NOOB podcast. And Nick at now. My bad.
No, you're good. I love it.
This is live. All right. Again, it's not the recorded version where I'm more controlled. So thank you, Nick. If you wouldn't mind just giving everybody a little bit of an intro, let everybody know who you are and a little bit about NOOB.
All right. So my name is Nick. I'm a military veteran, father of two beautiful girls, a husband, and also a massive wrestling fan. My daughter kind of got me into it. We went to a fair where there was midget wrestling, and she loved it and wanted to see more. So I kind of started showing her WWE, which I was never really into as a kid. And it's been something me and her have been able to really bond over. She now wants to be a professional wrestler, and I try and feed that as much as I can to, because as a kid you only got so many years to dream big. So helping
Yeah.
her dream big. And then she's like, "Daddy, let's, you're really good with technology and stuff. Let's try and do a YouTube channel together." So it started out with us just going to Walmart, videoing our experiences looking for wrestling figures, and it slowly built into this just kind of covering everything wrestling. I got a podcast I do on Fridays on the channel. We try and cover everything that we find interesting, whether it's the toys. We've been going to local toy stores, shouting out local businesses and looking for wrestling figures and stuff like that. And there's just been this really nice growth of people that seem to enjoy what we're doing, and made a lot of friends. I don't have a lot of friends that are into wrestling, so the followers and subscribers are those friends. So it's really
Yeah.
awesome to be able to share that with everyone.
That's so cool. So I didn't know that this is kind of a newer thing, getting into wrestling, and it was something that you and your daughter did to kind of build the bond, and that's super cool. I love that. That's us with our kids. My husband and I, we've been lifelong wrestling fans. My husband and I, we used to go on dates to independent wrestling things here. It was like 20 years ago. So yeah, so for us it's been just kind of a way of life, and you're doing really well. Real quick, we got Rayworks, our homie Rayworks production joined in on Instagram. What's going on, my guy? Locally sourced is his podcast. Make sure you tune in. Our guy Ryan Woodcraft, sir, thank you for joining. But yeah, I like that's something that you all bonded over and have. And it's funny because you say WWE. Right, so, like, for me, everything's, like, WWF. I, like, refuse
Yep.
to say WWE. So, you can always tell, like, I think wrestling fans based off how they say it, who their
Yep,
favorite wrestlers are, their
no
storyline.
doubt.
So, you just got in no, not just got into it, but, like, you've created and built this community of loving wrestling, right?
Mhm.
What has been your favorite part? Do you only stick to kind of the newer, wrestlers, or is it something that you've, like, gone beyond and, like, gone back into, like, the Attitude Era and
So, I mean, I grew up obviously knowing who John Cena was, who didn't. But as soon as I was told that it was fake, I kinda wrote it off that I'm not gonna watch this. It's not worth my time. I'm a baseball guy. I wanna go be a baseball player. That's
uh,
what I'm gonna watch. Uh, and then, as I after getting reintroduced to it because of my daughter, I it all clicked that it's a mix between sports and Shakespeare, blended together, and the storylines make the fights worth something. And it's they're really doing it. I mean, the only thing that's different is that the winner's predetermined. But other than that, I mean, they're taking the bumps. They're doing their thing, and
yeah.
it's something that it didn't click till recently. But I don't do anything like half-assed. So when I get into something, I really delve deep into it, whether it's my work life or being a father. I read about it. How what can I do to be better?
Mhm.
I'm very competitive. Whether it was baseball, I wanted to be the best. At work, I want to be the best. As a father, I want to be the best. And now that I'm doing the YouTube thing, I want to be the best at it. So that requires you to know what you're talking about. So
Yeah.
it's been a lot of delving, watching documentaries on some of the older stuff. I just went on like a week kick on just everything George the Animal Steel.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so I know quite a bit about him. Really, really intelligent guy. Very educated actually for the dumb persona he put on screen. So yeah, a lot of diving into it. So I'm getting there. But it's been very enjoyable and I'm enjoying every minute of it.
That's fantastic. Like, I'm similar. If I'm gonna know something, I wanna know, like, everything about it, and, that's I think that's a great thing, but also sometimes can hold you back, right? Because you are, like you gotta get everything just the way you want it. You gotta get all the knowledge that you feel you should have to feel like you can talk on a subject. So, like, with the podcast, it took me forever to just kinda do it. So, I'm glad that you dove into it head first and, like, have started this journey. Let's see, over in the comments, we have, from the real Chris Clover of the Nation of Wrestling. Facts. WWE is a lie. Always WWF. Yes, sir. I agree. And then we've got Ryan, HBK, the Heartbreak Kid versus Razor Ramon, WrestleMania. Okay, you put Roman numerals, is it 10? 10. Greatest match ever. It is, right? The X is 10. So, yeah, so thanks, guys, for sure. Have you been able to go back have you guys watched some of the old, WrestleMania events?
Yep, we've been watching a bunch. It's kinda hard for me to determine exactly which ones were what because me and her one weekend just binged, like,
They
5
all
of
kind
them.
of they all kind of, like, blend together when you
Yep,
binge, right? You don't have the
yep.
time to process?
Nope, but she likes The Ultimate Warrior, she likes the face paint, she's blown away by Andre the Giant and just how big
Oh,
he
yeah.
actually was. So, it's really cool too seeing her actually remember some of these legends and these names and at baseball practice and stuff like that. I'm a coach too. It's funny hearing her talking about, 6-year-old little girl talking about Andre the Giant, and some of these other kids are like, "What are you talking about?" But
Yeah.
it makes me proud that she's enjoying it as much as I am.
I love that. That's so cool, like, just having a little six-year-old know the history of wrestling, like, my son is well, he's 17 now, but he started watching with us when he was probably around the same age, maybe around 5 or 6. It was it The Undertaker and, I know Ronda Rousey and The Rock were coming out on that one. I don't know exactly when it was, but The Undertaker had come out, and he was like my son loved him from he used to do his little eyes rolling back. So, like, from then, he's been collecting figures. He does his own, like, unboxings and stuff like that. So,
Very
it's
cool.
really cool just to kinda see, like, the young kids, even when they get older that they're still kind of into that stuff, so I love it.
No, I mean, I
Yes.
think it's really cool that it's, 1, it's wholesome, 2, it's innocent, and 3, um, as silly as it may sound, I was just talking to someone earlier about it today, at a certain age, like, especially, my 6-year-old, she's learned a lot just on life, just by watching wrestling. She it's the tough lessons that, as a parent, you kind of, you know are nervous about seeing as far as them messing up and failing. I mean, she's
Mhm.
learned very quickly that, 2 people get in the ring, whether you like it or not, one's coming out a winner, one's coming out a loser. There's no tying, there's no, participation trophy. Life is cold, life is hard, but, do your best, try hard. And I think that's made her a better person. I think it's
Yeah.
showed her a lot of the grit that you need to be able to get through life successfully, that work is work, and if you work at it hard enough, you're going to be successful. So just stuff that, that again, every parent fears, when their kids going to fail and slip up, and how are they going to react to it. I think just playing sports in general teaches you that. She does gymnastics, she does baseball, she wants to do soccer here, and she wants to be a wrestler, and she knows that, nothing comes easy. You're gonna have to work at it if you really wanna be successful at it. And, wrestling, I think, has really shown her that that's really how it's gonna be if you wanna be successful at anything.
Yeah, for sure, it is, and, you talk about the lessons and everything and the losses and, the way that they take it, get up. I think that's a very important lesson. I also agree that sports is something that kids should participate. I think sports have changed a lot over the past 10 years. I don't
Mhm.
think well, here specifically locally, there's not a lot of sports, there hasn't been, my son's 17, there hasn't really been a lot of sports that are, like, the ones that are always trying to go to, what do you call them? Tournaments and stuff
Mm,
like that. Like, it used to be you just try
for
join a
fun.
sport just for fun,
Yep, it's
and
very competitive now.
everything is just super competitive, super expensive, super crazy. So, when I was in sports, I was mostly in individual sports. I was a swimmer, things that I didn't have to
For you, I
rely.
hate swimming.
Yeah, I loved it. It was me against the clock. It was me against me. So I was, I did do softball, um, t-ball, things like
Mm,
that, but yeah, swimming was kind of like my sport. That was because it was just me against myself. But I think sports is very important in showing, just responsibility and things like that. Um, but I did wanna ask a little bit about your origin story, I should
mm.
say. I watch a lot of movies, so I love, and when you were talking about it and you talked about a little bit about your background, can you just tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I'm adopted from Russia. Um, don't know my birth parents, my birth mother. At some point early on, she put me in an orphanage, couldn't take care of me for whatever reason. And I got adopted by 2 amazing parents, from here locally in New York. They couldn't have kids, so they went out and adopted. Um, don't know how I got so fortunate or so lucky, but um they picked me out of every out of every kid in that orphanage and brought me home, and I've been very grateful ever since. There was never a period of awkwardness where, yeah, growing up, a lot of people, when they found out, would ask me, like, in second and third grade, "Well, when did they tell you?" It was
Mm,
never like a hidden secret. I don't remember a sit down conversation saying, "Hey, you're adopted." Um, but I remember them not sugarcoating it either. I remember, asking questions, and it was very, "Mom couldn't take care of you." They put you in an orphanage hoping that you'd have a shot at something, whether it was in Russia or whatnot, and, I accepted it. Um, but from a very, 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 very early age, I, uh I was able to calculate the odds of how fortunate I was, and always try to strive to honor them with my actions and how I treat people, and want them to always be proud of me. You know, there's 3 other siblings, all of them are adopted as well. Um, my mom passed away a year ago, a little bit over a year ago. Um, and that's my mom. People sit there and go, "What
Yeah.
about your you ever, do you ever want to find your birth mom and stuff?" And it'd be interesting, I guess, just to connect the dots, but maybe I don't know if it's cold or whatnot, what you would call it, or gratitude, depending on how you look at it. I've never been interested in doing
Yeah.
that. I mean, my parents are my parents. They're the ones that were wiping my butt as a baby and putting me through private military high school. So as far as I'm concerned, that's where my allegiance lies. I'm very loyal. I see
Yeah.
things pretty black and white. You're either right or you're wrong, or you're loyal or you're disloyal. So from a very early age, I knew where my allegiance lied. It belonged to these people that took care of me, and as far as I'm concerned, those are my parents.
Yeah.
Um, my grandfather helped put me through high school at a private all boys military school. Um, Baseball, I mean, I spent more time on the baseball field with my dad than probably anyone else. And again, I was never ashamed of my parents and who they are. I know, just a quick story. I know that there's when you're an awkward teenager, you don't really, mom, dad, stay over there. My dad was, as far as I was concerned, my personal trainer, my personal
Mhm.
coach. Um, yeah, the people would be practicing warming up on the baseball field, throwing with each other, and I was never ashamed, even to, 16, 17, 18 years old when I was playing. Dad come out here, stretch me out, and or let's throw, and he knew how I threw and my techniques and what I did. He could tell very quickly when some of my mechanics were off, and I saw value in that. So I was never ashamed to have him on the front field, to a point where, it was 2 minutes to game time. I was like, "Who's the guy out there?" I'm like, "Oh, that's my dad.
That's
He'll
my dad.
he'll come off the field in a minute." So always been very grateful, know the odds, beat the odds, and as far as I'm concerned, I probably shouldn't be here, honestly, truth be told. Probably, should be dead. Um, know a lot of others that were adopted from the same orphanage. A lot of them have disabilities from malnourishment.
Mm.
When they first got me, I was malnourished. I had a hole in my heart from just lack of development that eventually went away, due to being able to actually eat real food and stuff like that. Um, so I just try and live life like, hey, I was given a second chance. Let's make
Wow.
sure we maximize the outcome here. So let's give it everything we got, live the best life, treat people well. You don't know where people have come from.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have your beliefs depending on what it is, but always be respectful, because not everyone. I think a lot of people see the world through, obviously, their eyes, and a lot of people, I think, they think that's it.
Yeah.
Where you come from and how you see things is going to dictate, a lot of your belief system. So as long as you're true to that and stay respectful, I mean, you know, everyone's comes from a different walk of life and has a different origin story. So again, it's
Yeah.
about how you treat others. And again, from very early on, it was, treat others with respect, even if they have a different belief system. Um, that was one thing my mom hammered into me. So I try to, you know,
That's
use that
important.
every day. Yep.
That's important. I think that's something that is kind of lacking nowadays, is just that basic respect, that
Mhm.
basic care for human life, for others, for respecting the beliefs. It's been kind of villainized if you seem to be respecting somebody's beliefs, and I think that we need to bring that back. So, I think it's just awesome, your story and the perseverance and the perspective that it gave you.
Yep.
Right? So many of us feel like we're missing out, or we like me, I worry a lot, I have a lot of fear. Not so much anymore, but a lot of my mental health issues came from trauma from the past and things like that. And so you having the perspective of the flip side of it, like, I'm lucky. I could have not been here. My parents chose me, you know what I mean? So I think it's a really it's a really good perspective, and thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. And then just going on with the gratitude thing, my grandfather, adopted grandfather, was a gunner in a B-17 Flying Fortress in World War II in the Air Force, and again, calculating very young. I mean, very young. It's kind of strange as an adult now, 32 years old, looking back at how early all that clicked as far as the fortunateness and being so lucky. I sat there and decided that, you know what, I'm gonna give 4 years of my life to serving my country and thanking the country that's given me every opportunity. So then I joined the military, did my time, got out, and that was quite an experience as well. And again, back to the mental health of the military. It's very looked down on to get help or to
Mhm.
talk and stuff like that because if you're because they'll actually take you off a deploy. So in the military, the one thing you want to do is get deployed. As silly as that sounds, you want to get deployed. That's where you get to show your strength. And be the guy warrior macho man that everyone wants
Mhm.
to be when they put on the uniform. So saying you need help or you're not feeling right or something's not clicking upstairs will take you off of those lists, and then you'll get blacklisted and blackballed. And they try and tell you, oh, it's okay, we'll
Yeah.
give you help, where in reality everyone knows that you're going to get blacklisted. And it comes down to culture. I think there needs to be more of a change. And I'm not the soft, mushy sort of guy. I'm pretty, you know, tough as but there needs to be more genuineness when it comes
Yeah.
to that. They'll sit there again, like you'll get told, yeah, sure, go ahead, you can go get help. But as soon as you turn around to walk out, everyone's rolling their eyes and stuff like that. I think it needs to be taken more seriously. I think too many veterans end their life every day, and I think that's
Yes.
something that needs to be addressed.
For sure. I think that again, I didn't say it before, but I was thinking it. Thank you for your service. My husband is a veteran as well. He comes from a veteran family. I do. So I thank you for your service. And that's kind of the purpose behind my podcast is to have the conversations about mental health. And you can be macho and all those things, but still take care of your mental health.
Mhm.
It doesn't make you soft. It doesn't do any of that. I like to say it's like when you go to the gym and you work out. Again, I like to clarify because sometimes people mistake mental health with mental health issues, and that doesn't necessarily mean the same thing. Taking care of your mental health just means taking care of the mental, making sure that you're good to go, making sure that you're able to, just like you go get checkups at the doctor, you want to check on your mental health. So I thank you also for talking about that. I'm gonna go real quick here to YouTube because we have Aaron King. That's what I'm trying to be for my kids, but my oldest has pulled away, so I'm taking a different approach with my youngest son. My oldest daughter turned down a 20K scholarship for shot put and discus. I'm learning to back off my youngest and let him grow on his own time. Just getting him reps now is all he will need as the years go on. Yeah, I think, as a parent, that's what our fear is, and so I imagine it's your oldest is probably your first. Those are the ones that we kind of learn from, right? We're learning right alongside our our babies, right? Because we're first time parents, we don't know what we're doing. They literally just send you home with a baby after, like, a day or 2, and then, like,
Wild, right?
here you go. I mean, I was 26 when I had my daughter, and, I couldn't believe it, like, "Really? You're gonna just I don't like, we just walk out?" And, so it's just wild. And your firstborn is the one that you learn those lessons with, and sometimes when they pull away, it's just for them to kind of take space for themselves. And I think, you just being there for them whenever they ask for it and pick them up. If they ask for advice, give it, but your oldest will come back to you. They will. Right now, depending on their age, if they're scholarships, they're late teens, and they know everything right now. So just be patient. And I think what you're doing with your youngest son is your youngest or younger child is that's kind of what I did with my son. My daughter was very structured, like bedtime, bath time, dinner time, do this, do that, like very structured. And with my son is kind of more like he was my I call him my karma baby because he's exactly like me. And
Mm.
and us so I with him, like, not pulled back, but same, kinda let him find his own path, let him do his own thing. Let's see, you were 22. Yeah, I couldn't even imagine being a parent at 22. I was 26 and I felt like I was too young.
Yeah.
So Aaron, yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. It is gonna work out. It's just kids, man.
No, I mean, it's tough, I mean, you don't wanna be too clingy because you don't wanna sour them and, have them write you off, but you also don't want them to fail, so there's a fine line
A
and,
fine
every
line.
kid's different, so it's, how do you navigate that? And, that's parenthood, that's the struggle of being a parent is being able to let go when you need to let go, and that's tough. You're gonna have to watch them go and stumble and fall, but you wanna, I guess, have a relationship where you can be in a position where they come back to you, and,
Mhm.
and then you can correct them, but always be there, be supportive, and again, they're gonna come around. I know it sounds tough
Yeah.
because 'cause you're living it right now, but I mean, me, I was pretty arrogant as a teen. I thought I knew everything. Dad, even with my dad, as close as we were, "Yeah, yeah, 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 yeah."
Mhm.
Well, you know what? Joke's on me. I'm now 32, 2 kids, and I'm saying the same stuff he said to me, and it's clicking. I'm going, "Man,
Isn't it
I
crazy
wish I'd
how we
listened."
turn it how we end up turning it? It's literally, is it Geico or Progressive that has the man teaching
Yeah,
you to not be your
yeah,
parent? That's, like, literally life as a parent. We've got JJ Busey. "I'm here, brother. You've come a long way. Hats off to you, my friend. Thank you for your service as well." Aaron, "Thank you guys." That's exactly it, Nick, and I think he's saying about that fine line because,
yep.
man, you ain't
And there's
lying.
no right or wrong answer. There's
There
literally
isn't.
no handbook. There's no handbook
Nope.
saying, "Well, if you steer a little bit to the left, you'll be good, or if you steer a
Nope.
little bit to the right, you'll be good." It's all feeling, having to know your kid, and again, it's tough. I got two siblings that are tough to work with, and
Yeah.
I feel bad for my dad trying to navigate that, but all you can do is try and be supportive.
Yeah.
That's it. They're gonna make their own decisions. They're not they're not kids anymore in the sense of, needing to be picked up and fed. They're going to It's scary. I mean, it hasn't
It
happened to
is.
me yet, but it's gonna happen at some point. Gotta roll with it.
It is, and when it happened with me was when I had I've been a stay-at-home mom for the entirety of my kid, like, I was fortunate enough that my
That's a
husband
beautiful
was
thing.
in the military, he was in the Navy, so I was able to stay home and raise the kids. I did end up homeschooling because I felt like I was able to do a better job, and I feel like when that happened, when they grew and they pulled away, or didn't need me so much, that was kind of when I had, like, my very first breakdown. I was, like, 37. So, yeah, it was crazy. Not everybody's gonna have a breakdown at the time, but I'm just saying, like, you gotta prepare yourself because it does happen, and you just roll with the punches. We've got comments here. Chris Clover, "I am a teen girl dad. I raise her in my dad's" oh, hold on, mentality. It said, "I am a teen girl dad. I raise her in my dad's mentality. Don't be me, be better than me." And that's exactly right, is breaking the cycles, breaking the things that broke you or made you feel a type of way when you were a kid. As long as we continue to break them cycles and learn, I think that everybody's gonna be alright.
Yeah, no doubt, and I think that's just the story of humanity, right? We started out as
Mhm.
cavemen banging each other over the head with sticks and, but through generation and growing and learning and trying to make the next generation better, is what's got us to where we are now. As far as, we got skyscrapers now. Someone had to correct someone that made the first building that fell down. So, keep learning the lessons, keep moving on. Um, not
Build
sure
a
where else
strong
really gonna go with
foundation.
that. Yep, that's
Build
it.
a strong build a strong foundation, because without that, look at the pyramids, they have that strong ass foundation, and I think that's what, one of the main things that when I have, people listening is regardless of what you're going through, what you're doing, try to build that strong foundation for yourself, for your children, so that they know where they come from, and no matter how many times you fall, no matter how many times you get thrown off of that, you will find your way back because that foundation is so strong.
And the aliens made the pyramids.
And the man, I I can go.
I could go on with
I
that too.
know.
I'm big into that as well.
Ugh, yes. All right, we won't do that. We're doing good on time. We do have audience questions I wanna make sure that we,
Yeah.
get into. So let's see, we are 30 minutes in. Thank you everybody who has just tuned in, those who have been with us for the from the beginning. Chris over here on Instagram saying it takes a pebble to build a temple. Yeah.
No doubt.
Isn't it crazy? Because can't a pebble, like, break, like, a whole glass window or something too? Like, it's
Throw hard
crazy,
enough.
right? If you throw
Yep.
it hard enough. Uh, alright, I like the duality in things,
Mhm.
always. Alright, so I'm just gonna take a quick moment here. Um, Let me pull up the questions just for everybody who's listening, watching. Whenever we do get questions submitted, I don't ever really look at them until I'm live. 'Cause I don't wanna cheat and, like, look up answers. I want you guys if we're going live, then you're gonna have to, like, see the whole thing. So hang on. Alright. Audience, let's see. So we've got what is your unpopular wrestling opinion? I'll let you start. Un
LA Knight's the best, and he should win a title.
I think my son really likes LA Knight. Is
He's
that
the
the
man. He's the man. Never gets the shot he deserves, but he's the man.
let's see, here's another one. If you could if you if you could book one dream match, who would it be? Past, present. A dream match. I almost feel like I've seen them, being a wrestling fan for so long.
Yeah. No, that's a good one. I mean, probably have to be Cody Rhodes because that's my boy. Um, I mean, Andre the Giant's a pretty good one. Cody Rhodes versus Andre the Giant. You mean you got the American Nightmare versus Absolute Monster. That should be interesting. See how that goes down.
Cody Rhodes versus, Andre the Giant. Everybody
Yeah,
in the comments too, no Cody Rhodes, Nick. Chris Clover over on
Chris,
Insta
come on, buddy.
Yeah, in the comments, let us know who would your dream match be? Get in on this with us. So, if you could book one dream match, who would it be? So, Chris, let me see. Give us who your dream match would be.
Oh
Ev-
boy.
I know. Let's see what Chris comes up with.
Yeah, I know what he's gonna pick.
We've got awesome show. Really enjoying it. Yeah, let me talk to you. Macho Man versus Stone Cold. All right, that's a good
That's what
one.
Chris
Jay
said.
Busey. Jay Busey.
Okay,
I'm waiting for Chris to respond. Haven't gotten one yet.
hurry up, Chris. I know it's gonna be Bret Hart versus someone, man.
Is he a Bret Hart? Is he a Bret Hart
Oh
dude?
God, yeah.
All
Won't stop.
right. We've got here. So I'm uh I'm conferring here with my husband. He is my other half, and I like to hear what his perspective is. His is AJ Styles versus Shawn Michaels. I think that would be it.
That's not a bad one. That's a good one.
That's a good
I
one.
might like that better than my pick.
You like that better? I'm
Yeah,
telling you, my husband is the wrestling. Like I know wrestling, but he's got me way beat, and it's kind of cool because like being able to share that with him is
yeah,
something that is really cool. Like, I know everybody football. We watch football together. We watch. Well, he started watching baseball more so because of my daughter than because of me. But yeah, all right, you were right, Chris. You were right, Nick. Chris chose Bret Hart versus Undertaker versus Stone Cold. Triple, title triple threat. Or Chris Clover and Tommy Dreamer tag match.
predictable, buddy, predictable. He's a good pal though. I mean, Chris, he's fantastic.
You just had him on your show, right?
Yeah, yeah, he's a
Yeah.
close pal now. Yep, yep.
Yeah, I saw the clips popping up, so I need to catch that one. But all right, I'm not mad at those. I'm trying to think of my I'm gonna go women. I'm gonna go women wrestlers. I'm gonna say Lita versus She's not Money Monet. Who was she before? Sasha Banks. I
Yep,
think that might be good.
that's not a bad one. I'd watch that.
I mean, Lita was a. I mean, have you watched Lita wrestle yet? Have you
Just
gotten?
just just clips.
You need to show your daughter Lita. She's bad. She is
Cool.
she is bad. Oh, or what's the? I'm trying to think newer wrestlers. That's you can tell I go straight to Lita. What's the girl?
Got Becky
The
Lynch,
new.
Sol Ruka,
No, I'm not a Becky Lynch fan. What's her name? There's the
Stephanie
Vaquera. Is
Vaquer.
she the Vaquera?
Yep, yep.
Yeah,
Stephanie
her.
Vaquer,
She's good, and also the Japanese wrestler
Io
Asuka.
Sky. Oh, Asuka. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I think any of the or like those maybe kind of like a Royal Rumble or not a Royal Rumble. What is the one where they go for the belt? Money in the Bank.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, I'll watch that too.
I think like a Money in the Bank with like those. It's crazy too because like Trish Stratus has been coming out. Like I see her a little bit more, and she when she came out and started wrestling, she was more like a model. That like all
Mhm.
those women wrestlers, that's all they were back then
Yep.
was like
No, for sure.
ballets.
Back. Yep.
But like Lita, China, oh, let's see, China and Andre
Yep.
the Giant tag team versus give me somebody. He's cracking up. My husband's laughing so hard over here. Yeah,
I'm trying to keep it together.
you can make fun. It's cool, man. That's would imagine China and Andre the Giant versus who? Who could they even
No,
go
that'd be
against?
ridiculous looking.
Oh, Nia Jackson, the Big Show. There you go.
There you go. There you go. That's a good one too.
My husband is like literally just. I wish I could pan over and you can see how hard he's laughing. I'm trying to be creative about it, man. All right, let's see. Chris over here, China versus Lita. Did we say that at the same time? Chris or Chris is just in my era, and he said modern day Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss. I think that's happened. Hasn't
Pretty
Becky
sure it
Lynch fought?
has.
I like Becky. Oh, I'm gonna clarify my statement. I like Becky Lynch. The what was she before? When she was a steampunk, when she first came out. I don't like the man. I don't like that.
I like it. I think it's a good character. You love to hate her, and she's funny.
But she was really cool at the when she was a steampunk, it was more so like it was more so about like the positivity. She was still punk, she was
Mhm.
still hardcore, but it just had a different messaging. I didn't like the man shift. I thought well also too that was the time that she was going against Ronda Rousey and Ronda Rousey is one of my all-time favorites. I started watching her when she was in Strike Force. Like I've been watching her MMA from way back when. So when she did the transition over to WWE with the Rowdy Piper, that was pretty badass.
I mean,
I
she's
have like
cool.
okay, I have like cool shirt. I'm rocking my Frank Stone shirt. Uh, y'all over at the
Shout out Frank.
Nation. I need to get shirts and also so you guys I do want to talk about the Nation. So okay.
Yeah,
All right, let me get off of this question because it's gonna keep me here forever, and we do have a couple more. Chris over said Bret Hart and Natalia Hart versus each other, Chris, or as a tag team? Clarify, sir. That would be hilarious. Let's see. I liked her too when she was more babyface, not the seemingly heel turn. I imagine he's talking about Becky Lynch on that one. I agree with you on that. Let's get to another wrestling question. What wrestling topic do you want us to cover next? I don't know. Did somebody on a podcast put that? Is there another wrestling podcast listening? If there is, hello.
like
Well, I'll put that out there for people to let us know what wrestling topics should NOOB Wrestling have and what should I do another wrestling show and if so what topics should we do? Oh, mixed tag he's saying for Bret Hart and Natalia Hart.
gotcha.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool to see. Has Dominic and Ray wrestled together or has the whole thing always been them hating each other? No, they have.
I don't know
My
about that
husband says
one.
they have fought together. Who did they fight together, babe?
That'd have been
No.
pretty early.
It was before the whole flip happened.
Deadbeat dad.
Deadbeat dad. Yeah. So, all right. Next tag. Let me check the comments over on. Uh, okay, we got comments over on YouTube. So on over on YouTube, we have Macho Man versus Stone Cold,
Like it.
Hogan versus Hogan. Let's see. JJ Busey said Macho Man versus Stone Cold. Hogan. Aaron King says Hogan versus Cena. Uh, Busey says that's a great one. Another one of his would be Eddie Guerrero versus oh my god, Eddie Guerrero versus Macho Man. Let's see, that might be a good one. Did they ever fight? No, they might have. Yeah, that might have happened. We need to.
Go and check that.
This would be a great time where we have a producer to check if they've ever fought. WCW. We're working on that. Let's see. Aaron King says, "Oh, Lita versus I, Io Sky."
Yep. Io Sky's fantastic. I mean, what an absolute athlete.
She's the younger one, right? She's a newer. I don't really follow
She's been around
along.
for like probably 5+ years, I would think,
Yeah.
from my memory. I mean,
Did she
one
do a
thing I
tag
really
team with Asuka at one time?
she's she has done. They had a beef at one point, and they were going back
Okay,
and forth.
I think that's
Um,
where I remember seeing her.
I give her a lot of credit for, speaking English and learning the language,
Yeah.
and as choppy as it is, it takes, takes a pair to go on TV and with broken English
Mhm.
and sell it, and she does a fantastic job. I give her a lot of credit for that.
Yep. Let's see. We have some more on here. We have JJ Busey, Lita versus Luna Vachon. I don't even know who. Well, I know who Lita is, but I don't know who Luna Vachon is.
No, neither do neither do I.
I loved steampunk Becky. I love I love and girl's nickname as the man. Oh, I'm thinking he likes Becky Lynch, and they started tagging each other. Oh, they started tagging together. Who's that? Jay Busey. And y'all bear with me. I've got 2 streams on Instagram and then also here. So I'm trying to go through the comments as thorough as I can. If you follow the show, you know I have trouble reading. And it's more so because I'm stubborn and I don't want to get glasses. So once 45 hits, I went to go get my eyes checked last week and I'm like, things closer are, and he's like, yeah, that's just an age thing. I'm like, okay.
Thanks.
Um,
Right, right, that's funny.
it's just so you got a few years to go, but just just keep in mind now. 45.
Fingers crossed. Fingers
Yeah.
crossed. I have actually really wicked eyesight. I
So
can see and read things where no one can
I
actually
used
read
to
them.
too. Wait till 45 is another, it's like literally another level in Mario or whatever it is. It's those secret levels.
Yeah,
Honey,
were
you
you supposed
said
to
there
eat
has not.
carrots?
Yeah, supposedly carrots. So Macho Man and Eddie Guerrero have not, in fact.
Hmm,
Oh, I think that might have been what. Okay, so they did a tag team together, but they were not ever
gotcha.
tag team against each other, but no, not singles against each other. Um, so JJ said, I'm just gonna say JJ. I'm sorry. He says Ray and Dom at first were tag team together. Um, JJ said he's 35. I'm telling y'all 35ers, do what you can, be as active as you can, do all the crazy shit you have on your bucket list as you can. Once you hit 40, it's like, it starts to be a little bit different. Freaking 45 is a whole nother animal. Like, I can't even explain it.
Oh boy.
It's, yeah, it's crazy. So I'm just giving you guys the more you know. I wish I could
Right.
have the thing pop up in front of the screen right now.
Yep, yep.
Let's see. We got Chris over here. Best era of what is the he's asking us a question. Best era of WWE and why? Does WWE have eras?
Yeah,
What
you got like the Attitude Era.
That's WWF. I'm just kidding.
Eh,
I'm just kidding.
um, I mean, I only can say now because now's the material that I'm intaking on a daily basis. So I mean, it's kind of not really a good answer, but that's what all I got on that one.
And of course, I've got Attitude Era because without the Attitude Era, like, you don't have a lot of the stuff that is in now. Although
Correct.
I'm not digging the TKO overtake and kind of these shifts that are happening, in the WWE, which is why I don't really follow too much of it now. I more so watch, like, the AEW, TNT, a lot of the independent wrestling. Um,
Just
yeah,
like
I
everything else, like Disney too. They get too big, they start playing everything safe. I don't know what your take is on the Star Wars movies, but for the most part, Disney's taken the biggest dump on top of that poor franchise.
mm,
As a kid, I always saw myself as Luke Skywalker, not knowing his parents, seeking
yeah,
adventure. So I always felt very closely connected to Luke Skywalker. And then as a grown man, seeing what Disney did to him, I mean, I was almost in tears in the theater, going, "What are you doing to my
yep,
boy?" But again,
yeah.
they ruin it or they play it too safe, and Disney is just the king of, "Oh, that was successful back, whenever. Let's do a live action
Let's do the
version."
same.
It's
Yeah.
like, "What are we doing, man? No, you got nothing else original to do? I mean, come on."
I don't like the live action versions. I'm not a big fan of sequels either. I'm a big into movies as well, so you bringing that up is like, it's trying to open a file in my head, but I
Yep.
wanna be respectful of everybody's time, so, let's see, Chris over on Instagram put he picks the golden era and attitude. What would be considered golden era? Oh, I guess before, like, the attitude, which would be the old school ones, like, would it be like Dusty Rhodes?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Like
That'd be my
Dusty
guess.
Rhodes, the original when Hogan and them barely came out? Andre the Giant? That would be golden era? Ric
Sounds about
Flair?
right. That was
Ah,
quite an
okay.
era.
I agree with that because without them, then you don't have
None of what
the
we got
attitude
now.
era. Yeah. It's evolution, right? It's the evolution of
Yep.
everything. They they bring back things so that new generations can follow it, so I get it. Soap operas do the same thing. Alright, so let me see, I got a couple more questions here. Pre-Attitude, Hogan, Ultimate Warrior. Yeah, see? Okay. I agree, Chris. Chris said also he'll be 43 in January, and he's still training for wrestling. Talk to me in 2 years, let me know what the
I would
difference
say,
is in
buddy,
your
wait till 45, pal.
You got 2 years then, I'm telling you, 40 is when it starts to creep in. 45 anybody out there that is 45, or am I just really just one of the OGs that is on? But yeah, 45 is different. But hey, shout out to you, Chris, for getting in the ring, doing the work that you do. It's amazing. This is a great segue into what I wanted to talk about, which is the nation of wrestling, independent wrestling. I feel like the things that are going on at the nation of wrestling are just amazing. I started following along with them in a while, and it has to see where they've been. I had Frank and Queens on, and we just recently talked about it. Where they talk about like how I met them. They were kind of they had already been doing it for a while, and now to see 2 years later where they're at, it's just been crazy. So, Nick, did sponsor, the last, Nation of Wrestling event that was held, last month. Was it in June?
I believe it was early June.
Yeah. So, what made you get into that? And how do you find, the Nation of Wrestling? You start this journey with your daughter a few years ago to bond with her. She was interested in it. You create this bond. You're doing these things. How do you find the Nation of Wrestling?
Alright, so cool. I'm happy you brought that up. So So I started the channel, started going on some of the pages and forums on Facebook and stuff. I forgot exactly what I posted, but someone left an a hole comment to my post or something like that, and a guy named Chris uh, replied, basically telling the guy that he's an idiot. And me again, back to the basics of being grateful and stuff like that, and treat people how you want to be treated. I private messaged him, said, "Hey, thanks, dude, appreciate it." Um, 'Cause he didn't have to sit there and, defend me or I wasn't expecting anyone to. I'm a big boy, I can take my own bumps too. But I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know who this guy is. Let me just message him. Seems like he likes wrestling. Maybe we can connect. And it happened to be Chris Yost, who's a trainee at the Academy, Nation of Wrestling. We kind of kicked it off there, and I'm like, all right, well, cool. I'm starting this channel. Um, got this podcast I want to do, and I kind of want to cover everything from, WWE guys to independent guys to everything in between. So he was able to sit there and connect me with Frank, and Frank, I give him a lot of credit. He took he didn't have to. He's a busy guy. He's got a lot of things going on. Here's this new YouTuber coming up with only, 100 subscribers at the time, and he gave me his time to interview him and talk about it. Um, and that really let let everything else go. And very thankful to him. What a guy too. I mean, what an absolute
There,
dude.
yeah,
That
he's
guy's a badass. He's a professional. What him and Queens are doing over there is nothing short of spectacular. And I'm not just saying that. I mean, I got local wrestling guys here, and none of them come close just to the level of professionalism, respect, and the way they handle themselves. They're serious about it. And I really, in turn, again, about being loyal and grateful, I sat there. I'm like, all right, cool. Well, if he's going to give me the time, I'm going to focus on, trying to help as much as I can promote their product because I believe in it. They're good
yeah.
people. The talent's really good. So I started reaching out, and then started was a little shy at first. All right, okay, can I maybe get another interview? Yeah, sure. Here you go. Here, who do you want to interview? This person? Oh, yeah, cool. Then went back to the well again, and next thing you know, I've had probably 4 or 5 of the talents on the podcast and just talking about their story too.
Mhm.
I like to highlight the people that aren't as necessarily maybe well known and give them that spotlight to talk about their story.
Yeah.
And that's how that all started. So, it's been fantastic. Again, I'm very loyal, so I really, I'm very close and I pick and choose who I want to have on because I don't want to taint what I've been doing with them, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. I don't want to bring on just anybody from any independent. I feel like that would water down the content I have about them on the channel. So out of
Mhm.
respect to them and again loyalty to the Nation of Wrestling, I kind of really try and stick with them as much as I can. And there's a ton of content there. I mean, again, they're fantastic. What they're doing is unbelievable. So accommodating. They didn't have to, but they gave me access to live stream the event on my channel. So that was pretty cool. I was able to get into the computer and live stream all the way
Yeah,
from here in New York.
that was really cool to see. I was able to watch it. I watched the stream. I was on your in your
Yep.
chats giving
Yep.
you some El Paso information. My family went to that one, so it was really cool that you streamed it because I was able to see it. So I really like that you did that. I think it was really cool. And yeah, I mean Frank and Queens are doing big things over at Nation of Wrestling. You talk about the talent that they're putting out. They They are so good at what they do, and they're so good at teaching that you can see it in these wrestlers. I mean, just the other day, they announced that, the Nation of Wrestling is home to 9, do you hear that, y'all? 9 NWA Texas wrestlers under one banner. Like,
Yep.
that's huge.
No, it's
These
impressive.
independent, wrestlers, they don't get opportunities like that unless you are, good at what you do, and the talent that these guys are putting out is just amazing.
Cool.
I've got my Nation of Wrestling poster back there. That was the first event that my family went to, and it was, Ivy and Tiffany Neves. Chema was on there. Hershey J was on there. Hershey J now is has a belt. So there's just been some really great progress. They're putting out amazing talent. And so I think that it's just so cool that you found them and you are able to have them on your show and be a part of it. Um, Something I did also want to talk about is in all of that, I actually have started working with the Nation of Wrestling as well, doing just marketing PR, helping the wrestlers because we want to just make sure that they continue to grow and when they keep leveling up that they're having the tools and everything helping get sponsors and things like that. So I'm excited to say that yeah, I and Nation has kind of embraced me and allowed me into their family, and I'm so grateful for them. I'm excited about it, and like can't wait for some of the things that are coming up. So shout out, huge shout out to the Nation of Wrestling, Frank, Queens, MC Wyba, the Michaela, Yvette, because they're like, they're the backbone of it, and of course, all of the talent, Chris, Ivy. I can go on listing everybody, but I want to respect everybody's time. Thank you all for tuning in. Nick, how can people find you? Oh, and also, I want to go back to YouTube because we had more comments on there. Um, how can people find you? Where can they find your show?
So you can find me on YouTube at NOOB Wrestling. Just search it, pops right up. On Instagram, you can search it as well. Facebook, I got two groups. I got like an official page where I post stuff. I have like a group where anyone can post stuff as well. NOOB Wrestling fan group. Basically, just Google NOOB Wrestling, you'll find it. You can also find all those links at www.noobwrestling.com. I have a website. It's got merch and it's got events and all sorts of things on there too. So put a lot of time into the website and getting everything looking right. So it's kind of like the springboard. Just go to noobwrestling.com and you can find all of our social media there.
Fantastic. Thank you. So I did want to go back to YouTube because we got Aaron and JJ having conversation, asking us questions. So before we head out, I want to get to them because every comment and every question is important. Let's
Sweet.
see here. We've got, I got to go back a little bit. Golden Arrow was the best, but I grew up in the Attitudes era. So I say Attitude. So JJ is the Attitude era. Aaron King, Legends, and then Attitude when they acquired WCW and ECW. The Legends era was the golden. Andre the Giant, Harley Race, Cowboy Bob. Dang, Aaron, you're taking it back. Let's see. He's a good one. Who's your favorite tag team of all time? Mm.
It's gonna be unpopular. I think the Usos.
The Usos is yours. I favorite tag team. I like Legion of Doom. They were pretty badass. And the Bushwhackers when they'd come out, they were the
Yep.
original Yeats, I guess if
Yep.
you do.
Yep.
So those would be mine. Let's see, who's your favorite tag team? Heart Foundation, Demolition, Steiner, Rockstars, Bushwhackers, Legion of Doom. Yeah. Aaron, are you around my age? Or you just been watching wrestling that far back? That's pretty badass. Let's see. We got LOD, yeah, Legion of Doom. JJ says Brothers of Destruction, Mega Powers, New Age Outlaws. Oh yeah, New Age Outlaws. The Headbangers, Rock and Sock Connection. Oh my god, Rock and Sock Connection. The Shields in there too. Really liked them. Yeah, see, Aaron's 42. So all right, Aaron. Okay. You got to be of a certain age to be talking about those wrestlers. But of course, I one of my favorites of all time is Razor Ramon. Um, all those dudes, they were all just amazing. All right, we're right at 8 o'clock. Again, I would like to respect everybody's time. Thank you all for giving me an hour of your time. Nick, thank you so much for coming on the show. I appreciate you. I feel like this was really cool. To have you on, have this conversation. I hope that, people got a little bit to see me more talking about something other than the mental health. We did talk about it. Thank you for sharing your story for talking about
Absolutely.
all that stuff. I think it's important. Yeah, so make sure you all go to YouTube. visit noobwrestling.com to get all the information there. Also follow Nation of Wrestling. They have an event, The Forge, coming up August 15th at the VFW in El Paso, Texas. You can go to the Eventbrite link on their page, or even if you go to Eventbrite and type in Nation of Wrestling, that'll pop up for you to get your tickets. So, everybody, thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate you. As always, if you are in crisis or somebody you know is struggling, you can always dial, you can call or text 988, the crisis helpline, to get in contact with somebody who can help you find resources. Um, if you enjoyed, yeah, just thank y'all. Thank you for the engagement. I appreciate you all. Keep on talking about the hard things so you can start to enjoy and appreciate the new things. We'll be back next week live again on Thursday, 7 p.m. And recorded episodes will go back, we'll start them back in August. So hope y'all have a wonderful night. Talk to you later. Bye.